See? This is what you get for letting your guard down just once. The LEGO Ninjago Movie is the third movie in this, I think it's safe to say, LEGO cinematic universe. But anyway, this focuses on the fictional LEGO town of Ninjago, which is pretty much a kind of Japanese-looking town that's modeled after Hong Kong. But anyway, the town is protected by these group of ninjas that fight off the evil Garmadon, who consistently every day attempts to try to rule Ninjago. So the ninjas are on a quest with their master, Master Wu, to try to find the ultimate weapon to try to take out Garmadon. And things are even more complicated since the leader of the ninjas, the Green Ninja, is Garmadon's son, Lloyd. And that's not a spoiler. They put it in the trailers and they established that at the very beginning of the movie, if you haven't seen the trailers. So the LEGO movie series. I remember when the first LEGO movie came out in 2014, I thought to myself, oh no, this is gonna suck so hard. You made a movie out of Legos, you have no original ideas to do, really? But when you get Phil Lord and Chris Miller to write and direct, it becomes one of the most clever, innovative, and funniest movies the year it came out. So good that I ended up getting it on Blu-ray, and I was so mad that it got snubbed for an Oscar for Best Animated Feature, because this was the best animated feature of 2014. So LEGO Movie was a big hit, everyone loved it, and then LEGO Batman came out. I thought, there's no way they can do this twice, and plus, making a LEGO Batman movie just seems super desperate since Warner Brothers is willing to milk Batman, not DC in general, but just Batman, for everything it's worth. But once again, LEGO Batman defied all expectations. It was clever, well written, and maybe a little more clever considering that they really dig deep into the history of Batman. So everyone loved it, and I got it on Blu-ray, of course. So with LEGO Ninjago, I thought, alright, 2 for 2, I'm gonna give this the benefit of the doubt. This could easily be good. Nope. The one time I give this series the benefit of the doubt, and it goes south. The LEGO Ninjago movie is pretty much everything that I was afraid the first LEGO movie was going to be. There is nothing innovative or clever about this movie in particular. The shotgun humor is not there, because one of the things that really worked about LEGO Movie and LEGO Batman is that there was so much going on in those movies that you had to watch them several other times to get all the jokes. In this movie, you get all the jokes. They're all there. You don't miss any jokes. I mean, if you were to miss a joke, it probably means you didn't get it or it wasn't funny, which is most of the humor in this movie. And what sucks even more is that this is probably the most serious of all the LEGO movies, which LEGO should never really be all that serious. So, I mean, let me take the LEGO games, for example. Those mainly based off of movies. LEGO Jurassic World and LEGO Marvel's Avengers. Those games took the actual serious dialogue from the movies and put it into LEGO. So it does feel very awkward hearing all this very serious dialogue from the movies into something as silly as a LEGO game. That's what it feels like with LEGO Ninjago. The serious tone of LEGO Ninjago does not work at all. And also, it's a very formulaic father-son movie. I know the first LEGO movie is very generic in the sense that it's a story about the chosen one and there's a prophecy. We've seen it all before, but the humor in it is so good that it makes you look at the story and go, this looks familiar. I don't care, I'm loving it. And then LEGO Batman is pretty much a Batman movie, but again, the humor works so well that it doesn't really bother you that it's another Batman movie. And because there's no clever or shotgun-like humor in this movie, all the basic story tropes that you see stand out that much more. All the stuff with the ninja or martial arts training and trying to find your inner peace, it's like, well, we saw Kung Fu Panda 9 years ago, so this is nothing new. And then with the father-son thing, it is very, very much Luke and Darth Vader, right down to where they give Lloyd the farm boy haircut that Luke had in A New Hope. Darth Vader was influenced by old samurai armor, so I'm not gonna be too harsh on the way Garmadon looks. But the father-son element just doesn't work at all. It's so bland, it's so generic. And you know what? Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 did a much better job. And the characters themselves are not memorable at all. All the ninja characters are pretty much typical boring, flatlined high school students, which this makes me feel a lot more positive about Power Rangers, the movie this year, because at least with that movie, it tried to be a coming-of-age story, even if it didn't have all the characters in the Power Rangers suits until the very end. The coming-of-age elements didn't work all the time, but at least they made an effort. There is no effort made with this movie in terms of handling the dynamic with these characters, because none of them have any chemistry at all, and to be honest, you forget all of them except Lloyd. And one of the reasons you don't forget Lloyd is because of this stupid running joke, Lloyd, because, you know, Lloyd has two L's. One problem that I had is that this movie gets all of its Asian cultures mixed up, like, royally, because you have Master Wu in this movie, who's voiced by Jackie Chan. He's clearly a Chinese master of ninja or martial arts, but the problem is ninjas are over in Japan, and so are the giant mechs that the ninjas fly around. That's Japanese influence. The city of Ninjago is supposed to be modeled after Hong Kong, but it does have elements of Japanese architecture in there, yet all the residents there are white as can be, or I guess Lego yellow. I'm going the other way. I'm not going to delve into the race thing. So I've trashed this movie long enough. Anything good I can say? Well, first, I'll get the backhanded compliment out of the way. This is a better animated movie than the Emoji Movie. I'll leave it at that. Now on to the stuff that I legitimately do like. I like the animation. I still like how when you look at the detail of the characters, there are still some scratches, like when you actually buy a Lego toy. That's clever. Even though this is probably the weakest animation of all the Lego movies, and there are points where you could tell it's clearly CGI. It's not like with the Lego Movie or Lego Batman, where your eyes are fooled into thinking that it's stop motion because it's that good. There were a few points with Garmadon, voiced by Justin Theroux, that made me laugh, just because he is that much of an egotistical asshole that, I don't know, it amused me. At the same time, though, his voice, his attitude, and the way he delivers his lines, he comes across more like the Will Arnett Lego Batman, and it's very, very distracting because it's like, wait a minute, I'm closing my eyes. Is that Garmadon or Lego Batman? I don't know. Another thing that amused me is when the cat shows up, because it's a realistic cat in this Lego city, and for some reason that's just amusing. I like it when animated movies just insert something that's live action for no reason at all. SpongeBob does that all the time. At first it did make me chuckle that the cat's name is Meowthra, like Mothra, but then after a while it's just like, okay, yeah, the cat's there, it's in LEGO Ninjago, I don't see a joke anymore. This is just another disappointing animated movie. There's only one animated movie this year that I really liked, and that was Lego Batman. This movie is clearly made for a much younger audience. This is on the level of Illumination, where they don't aim that high. It's not offensive in any way, but it is overall lazy. And I would say watch at your own risk, just because you'll get a few chuckles here and there, and if you have kids, they'll definitely love it. I mean, watching this movie, there were points where I'm like, you know what, I'm not into it, but if I was a kid, I would have loved this. I would have absolutely been in love with this movie. But as an adult, just don't waste your money on it. It's definitely not worth watching. There are two better LEGO movies available, and there are a ton of great LEGO video games out there. You're better off playing those instead of watching this. And that's my review for the LEGO Ninjago movie. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below and tell me what your thoughts are on the movie, if and when you've seen it. And as always, this is the real Mr. Robinson telling you there's only one.